core versus mechanics? What the heck? Sounds like a bad physics 101 class to me. But let's go to my good friend, the Richard Branson of Australia, Pete Williams, and see what he's got to say on the subject. Check it out. You know, our motto on every single email we send out is work smarter, not harder. And I think that's really what Profit Hacks is all about. So, yeah, man, go ahead and share a little bit on the content marketing or multi-channel aspects of it.
Yeah, sure. So I completely agree. You're right. Work smarter, not harder is definitely a thing that I believe in. And it is sort of a bit of an essence of Profit Hacks. So I guess that, to me, it's this theory, this methodology of working called core versus mechanics. Core versus mechanics. And what that means is if you look at your workday as a business owner, as a marketer, as an entrepreneur, at all the stuff you do in your daily workload, there's certain things that are core to the business growth and core to the point where only you can do it. Only you can be the person who adds that value to that piece of content, that workflow, that process, that email, that whatever it is that you're actually doing. And then wrapped around that core is all this mechanical stuff that needs to be done that you personally don't add any value to. And what you really want to start doing is identifying out of all the tasks, whether it's video creation, email, consuming a book, syndicating a piece of content, hiring staff, whatever it is in your internet marketing business, quote unquote, is you only want to really focus on the core things and get the mechanical things off your plate and leverage everything you do to maximum efficiency. So a great example is, that I often give, it's very, very clear, is creating video. Now, video is a huge driver of traffic, education, content online. We use video for our e-commerce sites. I use video for my coaching staff, my blog, a whole lot of things. And I'm sure, everyone understands the power of video and doing sort of slideshow-based video, like PowerPoint-based video with an audio. And the traditional way people are creating these right now is they think, okay, I want to create a video, I have to do all the work. And they go and they sit down and they get their notepad out and they write out what the plan of the video is going to be. They open Keynote or PowerPoint, spend a good hour and a half trying to find good images and fonts for each slide of the presentation and working out which transition works best and getting all that right. Then they'll open up ScreenFlow or Camtasia and record themselves, talking through the PowerPoint slide, and they'll hit the key at the wrong time and go back a slide instead of forward and have to start again to re-record it because the doesn't work properly, and then they have to render the video out after the fact, and then they have to upload it to YouTube, and maybe that's for the process. So, to do that 15-minute video, which is the educational piece that you're doing for your membership site or your blog or whatever it might be, can take someone 3.5 hours. Is that a fair average for most people trying to do a 15-minute video?
Oh, absolutely.
And for a lot of people, the ROI is still positive. You invest, 6 or 7 hours, and it's a great piece of content that people purchase or love or whatever it might be, and that's fine. But from my perspective, if you really break it down, and this is sort of one of the key things that's in Profit Hacks, we talk about it, is this theory of, as I said, core versus mechanics. So if you look at all of those steps that it takes to make a video, what elements are really core that only you can do? Well, it's really, the planning of the video is obviously, if it's your voice, it's your message, it's your market, it's your platform, you have to obviously plan what the content's going to be about. And then obviously there's your voice, you actually articulating those thoughts and that plan out. That's sort of, again, core. But looking at the video perspective, the actual creation of the slides or the transitions or the font face and the images chosen aren't really adding any additional value to the video. Like if we all, take a moment right now and think about a great piece of content that we consumed in video format in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And I said, write down 4 or 5 bullet points of the lessons and the education that you learned from that video. You could easily sit there and write out those 4 or 5 things. But if I now turn around and said, actually, what color was the background of the video? What transitions do they use? Do they use, fades, cuts, or flames? What font face was used? Like that sort of stuff, you don't remember it because there was no real value in that. So the lesson there is that why do you, as a video creator, spend time fussing and worrying over transitions and font faces? And that takes up and sucks up so much of your valuable time, which you're not actually adding any value to.